Hey everyone, and welcome to City Skylines, and welcome to the very first speed build episode. Today this is a Cape Canaveral. This is my series that I have at the moment running as a let's play, and I decided to give you guys who are more interested in speed builds a little catch-up episode every now and then. So the first 5 episodes have been done, and this project, just to give you a little background, is all about creating a fictional Starbase city on South Padre Island in the south of Texas, where actually in real life also SpaceX is currently building their Starbase city, but there's a completely different approach on it. So what I'm doing is basically going into a let's play of playing City Skylines in a more vanilla way, even though we do have some mods running, such as Move It and all the classic mods, you know, some networks in and all that kind of stuff, but nothing that really changes the gameplay in terms of requirements. I'm also not abusing Move It to copy and paste free buildings and all these kind of things, just to make it good looking. You will also notice that in the first episodes here, that we will most likely have not a reshade running, not reshade, but like new shader options by like more beautification and stuff like that. So this is gonna be in later. But I want you to talk a little bit, I want you to talk you through my process of building this. As I said, this is meant to be a let's play in the first place, so it's not really like the super structured I make everything look pretty and look nice, and also just as a little kind of heads up, I haven't been playing City Skylines on a real city building management part for like 3 or 4 years even. I basically forgot everything, and so I just completely random started at the beginning. We had some disasters, some fires, some flooding, and all these kind of nasty things that you don't want to have. And the biggest issue is traffic, and for those die-hard City Skylines fans who potentially find their way here, you will have a hard time watching this video, seeing me doing a lot of mistakes, which I am. Some of them I'm going to, correct in the ongoing process, but some others I'm actually, still having in there at the current situation. But it's been a fun experience to be back in here, and we will also go on in the next 5 episodes. We will be focusing on the launch site that is currently being built in real life, also on South Padre Island by SpaceX, where they're just stacking the orbital launch tower at the moment, and making sure that as it seems, at the end of July, the first orbital flight might happen of Starship, together with the booster, which I think will be booster number 3 for Super Heavy. At the moment, it's currently rumored that it is going to be a number 3, even though it's actually number 4, because whatever. 2 has been converted into a test tank, and 3 is currently a Pathfinder, which potentially will do some static fire attempts. It's going to be moved to Pad A, as far as I heard, and then the next iteration, whether it's been 3 or 4, whatever, is going to be the real one, which is going to blow, hopefully not, but actually push Starship, which will be SN20 maybe, into the orbit to do its first little flight there. So yeah, this is what it's all about. I'm quite a little bit into this, and so this is my idea, and I wanted to shape a city that could develop around SpaceX in the future. So it is actually focused on being a little bit more hinted towards the future, but as a little I don't know, special thing, I wanted to make it still feel like a 90s city, you know, late 80s, beginning of 90s, doing a lot of like palm tree boulevards and having some suburbs and all that kind of stuff. So kind of a future version of the late 80s, early 90s. That is basically the idea I want to achieve, and you've seen in the intro, that is I think it's after 15 episodes or so that I recorded the intro, so a lot has happened and a lot worked out in a way that I'm quite happy with it. So I can't say it's all that bad as it seems at the beginning, but at the beginning it was all pretty bad, not gonna lie. But you can see already the city is developing quite nicely. I'm changing a lot of things here to make sure that our people are happy, and then, you know, making sure that balance is good. And I think it's also pretty interesting to see a speed build of building a city with the regular money system turned on, because that always obviously changes a little bit how you build, and I'm going to correct a lot of things here and there. And, you know, I just hope that I can attract some more people who are interested in that series, because I enjoyed this series a lot more than I've ever actually expected. I expected it to be a kind of nice experience, but oh boy, I'm so much enjoying my time in City Skylines again, simply because that is like a task that I'm quite happy with. It's not like super crazy over the top. I'm not going to style everything. We will have a lot of episodes though in the coming weeks, where I'm going to look into making everything look better and improving the traffic and all these kind of things. It will happen, but anyways, it's still on a scale that somehow works out to be enjoyable and not too crazy. And yeah, it's just all in all very nice. I really would love to have a bit of feedback from you guys in the comment section down below, what you think about the traffic layout and what you think about this in general, because what the idea is. Do you know South Padre Island? Do you know SpaceX? What do you want to see in here? Do you have any kind of ideas? I would love to hear all of this from you guys, because again, there will be some more experts in terms of planet goes. I see this is already a mistake in terms of City Skylines, and I would love to have some, hopefully, good feedback in terms of how I can improve upon what I've already built. So at the very beginning, it all looked still very nice and good, but trust me, as soon as I'm going to go into high density in a couple of minutes, it is gonna unleash the monster of traffic jams and issues until we fixed all of that. So there's you know, quite some problematic things going on. But yeah, I tried my best in terms of setting up the traffic manager, but something went wrong there. I'm not sure what exactly I did wrong, but they just did not take the streets that they should have taken. And then I tried my best in kind of updating it, but it somehow just did not really work out exactly the way it should. It improved, as you can see, it improved after a while, so it's not like super dramatic, but I don't know, it just was not really the way I wanted it to have. And also, maybe the idea to have a roundabout there wasn't maybe not the best. So I don't know. You know, I'm first of all trying to find all the problems with me, because I definitely did these problems at the beginning, and I created these things myself. So yeah, you can definitely tell that I am the problem here. But now, as I said, this is where the expansion goes into the high density, and you can actually tell that I'm starting to upgrade some streets, trying to save what I can, which was not too much, to be honest. And then yeah, I'm starting to, you know, make this all a bit more like a city now, which is growing ever so well, I have to say. The city grew kind of nicely. We reached some more milestones. I changed some tax systems and stuff to get some more money and all these kind of things. And in a couple of minutes, there will be quite a bigger break in between, because then I sat down and did some very much needed improvements without recording, because that was just very tedious work in making some traffic improvements and making in general just sure that we have money, and leaving the game running for a couple of hours to have the money in. And yeah, there were a lot of things that I wasn't really satisfied about, and so I did it off screen. It will happen in a couple of seconds, but you can see that I tried my best also in making it somewhat look nice with having the well, it just looks weird at this very point in time, but you know what I mean. I was trying to make this highway go neatly through the city, and then just adjusting all the streets. So yeah, I was getting really back into it, and if I would have started the series now with all the knowledge of the past weeks in my mind, I would actually have changed this entire approach on the city. The layout would have been completely different. I would have made a completely different interchange going into the city, which potentially I still want to do. I still want to make like a star interchange in the very middle of this entire area, ripping apart the roundabouts we have over here and make like a gigantic star interchange. I don't know what you guys think about this, but that's my idea at the moment, which would be worthy of SpaceX SpaceX, and in the middle we would have a very nice monument for SpaceX, which could be like the Starship prototype on top of something, or I don't know, but just something that is very much hopefully improving the overall traffic and guiding the people into different regions that they need to go, and I think that could be very neat to have. But yeah, just as I said, this is something for the future, and I really hope that you guys still are interested in this series. Of course, the views are not as great as on other games, but this is really, I never intended this series to be like the breakthrough series for my channel or whatever. I just wanted to play freaking Cities Skylines again. It was the best decision ever because I enjoy it so much. I learned so much again, and I really, you know, people do connect me directly with the Planet games, but honestly, I never grew with them. They came later. The games I grew with is like SimCity, Roller Coaster Tycoon, obviously, and you know, Cities Skylines is a game that I played a lot at the very beginning. I even started to play it with mods when they started to appear, but which obviously was very early on. But then I dropped out when Planet Coaster was released, and this is a bit of a shame because I was a lot better in this game, and I had some attempts of doing some speed build series, and they most likely all failed because of the time that I needed to put into it, of course, but also because of my lack of knowledge in the game. So many updates that have had brought into the game, and I had no clue what to do with it, so I left them out, and which is, first of all, it's pretty stupid because then you leave out some potential good stuff, but also it's not really interesting for you viewers if people leave out the good bits, and so I just wanted to play again to just get the idea how the game is, how the game flows, and all these kind of things. Here you can see, by the way, a huge step forward into a way bigger part of the project, which is a lot later. I changed a lot of I don't want to say I improved the traffic because I didn't. I changed the traffic, not to the better, I can say, but it's been a little bit of a weird situation. You can see here, this is the new situation in traffic. It's still not good. We have some major issues there. At least, you know, the highway and stuff is all good, and the connection to the industrial zone is good. I tried to solve it with another roundabout, which was just kind of an okay-ish fix, I guess, but it's all not what we needed. And I think in this position over here, which we are seeing right now, this is going to be where I want to make this a huge star interchange, just getting rid of the current interchange we have over there and just creating a huge interchange that is bringing the people into the city, into all of the different areas. I think that could be a brilliant idea and could be worth one entire Let's Play episode, or maybe even two. What do you think about that? Shall we do something like that in the future? I still have 5 to 6 episodes pre-recorded, but then in the future this could be really a thing to be done. And yeah, the last episode featured obviously the new industrial zone. As you can see, I'm quite happy about the new industrial zone because this is the one that is kind of giving me the opportunity to make sure that our city is looking nice and delivering what this should deliver, and that is the wonderful connection towards SpaceX launch site. Because again, this is the city that I imagine would actually arise and be created due to Cape Canaveral or SpaceX launch section, which is then obviously a big spaceport to Mars, to Moon, and all these kind of things. So I don't know, it's just kind of a big attraction, and a lot of people have worked there. So I don't know if that's the thing why, but hey, I mean, this is the brilliant thing about games. We can do whatever we want. We can let our imagination run wild, and this is what I'm just actually doing right now. I'm just building a project that I'm just quite happy with, something that I wanted to do for a while, and I'm just in general very, very, very happy with how it worked out. And here you can see this is the very wild kind of way I brought people into this. I wanted to do things better, and I have to say it looks weird, but it works well. It works pretty well. The industrial zone is not really having that much traffic problems as the other regions have. Also not on a later stage when everything is built. Mainly because I did a change here that I had actually 2 different ways of getting into it and 2 different ways of getting out of it. So we have the one getting into it from the center and we have one that goes to the outside, so you have both rings quite nicely accessible. And then if you want to leave, you again have two possibilities, from the inner ring or from the second inner ring. So that's how you can go in and out of the city, and that was the idea, or not the city but the industrial zone. That was the idea behind this. So you can see we are making like a little bit of a solar array here of solar plants and stuff, which we will actually extend quite a lot, because I only want to have solar panels at the end, because again SpaceX is also very much looking into the future and we want renewable energy, and this is why I'm going to hopefully have a lot of renewable energy as our main source of energy income. And yeah, that's what we are doing. So we are already at the very end, and can see I'm actually going to be a bit more looking into making things look good. Yeah, I got used to things, and so I could finally start to make things look better. But I really hope you enjoyed this wonderful little speed build in order to keep up with the progress of the series. And now hopefully you are interested into the speed build, into the Let's Play that's gonna follow soon. Stay safe everyone, enjoy your time. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.